We have two gentlemen here, Paul Kusmierz and Josef Musil from Master Management Group, and they'll take us to Poland as investment opportunities place. That's yours.
Thank you very much. I'd like to welcome everyone here. Early Saturday morning. I hope you had a good night's sleep. So we're here today to present our project in the mountain region in southern Poland, city of Zakopane. It is considered the winter capital of Poland, a place where everyone goes to have fun and enjoy winter activities. But it's not only winter, it's also summer hiking and biking, and there's actually more visitors in the summer than in the winter. And this is a project that is very boutique. We've worked on it for years. Zakopane is let's say, a very local place. So to be able to have a development within the city is very difficult. And fortunately, we were able to get a master plan. And we hope to be starting construction fourth quarter this year. And we decided to come to this event to show everyone what we're doing, because it has many international visitors. And it's just a hotbed with people from not only Europe, but even Arab countries visiting. So without further ado, I'll get into the project. Josef Musil is our partner from Czech Republic. And one of the reasons we're here in Prague today is because of him. We're also raising bonds in the Czech Republic for this project. So as far as an investment, you can invest in the project itself or actually purchase apartments. So we can start. Yeah, what we're offering is 220 exclusive apartments. Let's get to this. There you go. So it's 8,700 meters of sellable space in the city of Zakopane, and it's located on a beautiful stream, a small river, which isn't a creek. It's a real river with flowing water, beautifully done, and we actually have a permit to divert the stream and create a swimming hole as well. So it's going to be really spectacular with beautiful views of the mountains. We're very close to skiing as well. The Polish slalom team basically practices 500 meters from our location. So people that like to ski, they'll have easy access to the ski resorts. And we're basically 7 minutes from downtown, which is the main street, Krupówki Street. Joseph, maybe you want to add anything?
Good morning. Hello. I'm the Czech part of the project, and one of the first question was doing a business in Poland, and I started to do business in Poland, let's say 2016, 2017, when I first started to discover the country, and when I compared to the Czech Republic, especially the construction and planning, much more easier than Czech Republic. Also, the construction cost, I would say 10 to 20% lower than in the Czech Republic. That's a big difference. And what I see there, that the Polish market, Polish people are more business proactive. And, I met my partner in this project, Paul, maybe, 20 years ago or something. And then about 2.5 years ago, I started to work on this residential development with him. So talking about Poland, bigger market, interesting market, more dynamic market. Recently, what I see in the Czech Republic is the slowdown on investment. Not much is happening. And what I see at the same time in Poland, here owners are owning a building, waiting for the price to get, which they are not getting at this situation. And the buyers are saying, well, we are not buying for these prices, we are waiting for discounts. And what I see in Poland at the same time, buildings which were valued 5%, 4.5%, suddenly are being sold for 6.5%, 7%, which is not the case of Czech Republic, which is a big difference. And when I return your attention back to the project and back to the residential, why I decided to work on this project in Zakopane, in Poland, it's that there is basically 3 markets in Poland. One is Warsaw, second is Sopot, North, and Zakopane, which are anti-cyclical, and they are, I would say, they sustain any crisis whatsoever. 90% of the purchases is a cash purchases, so it's not tied to the bank financing whatsoever. And then the third market, or the third part of the market in general, is Poland as is. So there is like 3 markets. Suddenly, what Poland did, the Polish state gave subsidiaries to the buyers. They gave what was the exact thing with the subsidiary on the residential?
For first-time home buyers, the state is offering a 2% mortgage up into a value of about just under 200,000 euros. So if you're a first-time home buyer, you can get a mortgage at 10 years for 2%, which helped increase. As prices have increased substantially throughout Poland, the government decided to subsidize first-time home buyers. So there's a belief, which is a little bit maybe different than, I shouldn't say the rest of Europe, but Western Europe, well, people still want to own instead of rent. So the government is backing that. And the first amount of money, which was, I guess was almost under €1 billion, already was taken up. And they're going to be offering a secondary package now with the new government. So we're looking forward to that as well. That really has helped increase sales throughout the country.
I bet such a thing would Czech developers love. There is not such a thing in the Czech Republic as subsidiaries to the buyers of apartments. But let's go back to the project we are presenting.
Okay, so this just gives you an overview of what it will look like. Again, it's right on the stream to the right. You can see the mountains in the back and also into the front side of it. I think what we can talk about is the unique architecture. We use local architects who have designed other buildings within Zakopane, and as part of the process, they visited mountain cities in Switzerland, Austria, to find out what was the cutting edge, what's happening, what's going on. So we focused on stone, glass, and wood. Yes, and we try to make it to keep a contemporary look, but still keep the mountain side of it. So, what's very important now in all of our projects. Just quick background about my company. It's Master Management Group. We've developed over 500,000 square meters in Poland. So we're a very seasoned developer over the last 17 years, and ESG is a really big thing for everyone. And it's not just for the banks, but it's also for the end user. So when we're going to be adding different facilities into this building, which will keep your service charge low, because at the end of the day, it's easy to buy something, and then all of a sudden, every month, you're getting a bill for 200, 300, 400 euros, and a lot of times people don't put that into their assumptions. So with the ESG model we'll be putting in here, we hope to keep the service charge at a very low rate, and we're going to be finalizing that soon. I can just tell you, in one of our office buildings, we have a service charge of a skyscraper building, and it was a BREEAM Excellent building, and it's less than €5. In buildings like that in Warsaw or in other cities across Europe, you're talking about 10, 12 euros. So we've been able to cut the costs by 50 to 70% on service charge. And I think that's really, really important here. Of course, we talk about the wellness and well-being, and there'll be a nice little spa. We'll have some jacuzzis outside. There's an outside area along the river. So it's going to be a really nice place to come and relax. And you're 7 minutes away from the high street where all the activity is, and you have peace and quiet here. So that's why we really love this location. Just some other views from the creek and everything else. I think I've talked about the peace, the calm, the materials. Just some more views for you. I guess just to talk a little bit more about the city of Zakopane. It might be, you might know it for its ski jumping. It has a huge ski jumping tournament, which draws 100,000 people. But besides that, the city, and we've compared this to other mountain cities in the region, and Zakopane draws 6 million tourists a year. 6 million of a town of 50,000 people roughly. So it's overwhelmed with tourists all year long.
I will just add one comment, for a Czech person to imagine 6 million people in comparison to something he knows. And just for comparison, Krkonoše, for example, the whole Krkonoše has 1.2 million visitors or tourists per year, which, number of tourists of Zakopane is 6 million, is much bigger number. It is a little bit problematic for visitors when they are coming there in meaning of the number of the visitors because you stand part of it in the queues of the cars. However, it is great for the property owner because he has so many clients.
Yeah. Well, it's only like during holidays there's big traffic. Otherwise, it flows pretty well, Joseph. But and it's not just skiing, as we talked about. There's biking, there's hiking, there's so many activities. And what's interesting about Zakopane is everyone comes there. So you have the very wealthy that come there. You have middle class, lower class. There's activities for everyone. And I think that what makes it really unique. You go down Kropówki Street, which is the main street. This is one of the lakes in and around. There's many attractions to see. But here's Kropówki Street, which is a high street, and there's thousands of people on the street daily. And you have high-end shops. You have, places selling kebabs. You have, Polish traditional kitchens, many food, and from all price ranges. And that's what's fun on that street. You see lots of families and just a mixture of everyone. So it's a really fun place to be. And that's one of the reasons people go to Zakopane, as we call it the winter capital. It's not just skiing, it's just the whole atmosphere, the fun, the activity. It's a vibrant, fun place to be. And I suggest if you've never been there, visit it, please. You'll really enjoy it. I guess this is just quickly our schedule. I touched on it earlier. We do have the master planning. We've applied for the building permit. And under Polish law, they are required to give us our final building permit. We expect to have that at the end of this year, and then we'll be starting construction. And we see a 2-year time frame for completion. Again, some nice views showing the glass and the wood and everything else. And Joseph, I'll let you talk about the investment opportunity.
What we are looking for is, actually to our investor, what we offer is between 10 to 15%, depends on the length of the money and the amount of the money very much. Plus, to our bondholders, what we are offering is the sort of a not first of right refusal. It's not the right translation, but when we start the selling process, first we go to them and offer them our apartments. That they can choose first in the queue, which is also important. And the financing we are putting there is just the project financing, so the money are not used elsewhere. And the developer is Master Management, which is a Paul actually very strong and long track record.
What we did, I'll just dwell on this quickly for you. Instead of just running to sell apartments, what we're looking to do is get people to buy the bonds. And they'll be part of the project with us, almost like a joint venture. And at the time we start to sell the apartments, you'll have that decision to convert that bond into the apartment, or you can stay along with us and just take out your cash on the bond. And something unique and different, and instead of doing a master management bond, we decided to do a bond here in the Czech Republic, which we ran through and is approved by the Czech National Bank. And this is a bond just for this project. So anyone that buys a bond in the project, they're like our JV partner and they're with us. So we can't use the funds anywhere else for any of our other business needs. It's only done here. So it gets you, if you're not comfortable with owning in Zakopane, but you like the economics of Zakopane, you can invest in the bond and take your cash out. And then you can, maybe take a trip during the construction and say, you know what, this is great. I think I would like to convert this bond into a purchase. So it's something different. We thought we would try it here, and we hope you'll take a look at the project, and you have interest, come visit us. We're upstairs in booth number 20-something. Quickly about the market analysis, we touched on it. Joseph, maybe you want to talk about a little bit of this. You touched on it. You can see that the residential market in Poland is booming. We actually have a shortage of housing throughout the country, especially in Zakopane. You guys go ahead and use Google and look to try to buy an apartment in Zakopane. I think you'll have a very difficult time to find anything. Anything that does come up for sale sells very quickly. Prices have increased very much so over the last few years, and that is going to continue. So again, that's where we're very excited about having this opportunity in the city of Zakopane. There's some competitive schemes that are outside the city of Zakopane and selling for very expensive amounts. So here's the competitive process. I can show you some of these other areas. You can see where we're located. And just to give you an idea, if you don't know, the zloty to the euro is it's about 4.3 to 1, to give you an idea of the prices per square meter. Take a look at that. And this is just quickly about us. I touched on it. I won't bore you through it, but we started in 2006. This is a little bit old. We've done over 1.4 billion of transactions. We've been around for 18 years. I've developed over 500,000 square meters. And this is one of our last big developments we were showing there, which was, we've developed all over the country. These are some of our highlights. We did a shopping mall in Warsaw, over 100,000 square meters. We've developed lots of retail all around the country. This is one of our award-winning ones. We actually built the town square. We own those buildings, built the roads around it. So we've done major developments all across the country, very, very seasoned. And this is our big office complex, mixed-use complex. It's the tallest building in Łódź, 86 meters high, 34,000 meters. We have a Hampton by Hilton hotel, 149 rooms. And it's right on a transportation hub. We delivered that in 2020, and that's the Bream Excellent building I discussed with you earlier. So we built hotels, we built retail, offices, warehouses, and we're excited to step up to do luxurious apartments. And we're known for building across the country, landmark buildings, award-winning buildings. And this is just another one which will be a landmark building in Poland. Everyone will recognize this. So if there's any questions, I'm happy to answer anything.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
On the pricing, because I'm old and I couldn't see the screen, but zloty per meter, how does it compare, Joseph, to Czech pound average pricing in
Well, you cannot buy anything in Spindlerův under 180,000 per square meter, Czech crowns, roughly. In Zakopane, the top prices are 450, 500,000 Czech crowns per square meter, which is a dead center or like completely protected area. And we are expecting to be selling around 135, 140,000 per square meter, which is at the, I would say, lower part of the pricing scheme.
The higher up you go, the more expensive it gets. Yeah.
Any more questions? Oh, we have one.
Well, if you're an EU citizen, well, as long as you're not buying forest land. We had a conversation, someone's going to ask about that. But if you're an EU citizen, you have no issues whatsoever. Even if you're not an EU citizen, there's a process to get a permit that allows you to buy. So it's not a complicated process whatsoever if you're an EU citizen. You can actually even obtain bank financing in Poland. So that's another thing we'll be offering later is our partnership with the bank for potential buyers. We have banks lined up that will be happy to give finance to potential buyers. So there's no big hurdles or obstacles.
Yes?
Yeah, sorry. As a developer, I can see that most of the projects are concentrated in Europe. Do you invest in projects outside Europe?
To date, we have not. We've done Bulgaria, Czech Republic, Poland, a little bit in Ukraine, thankfully before the war, but we have not. Are we open to it? I've actually been to Johannesburg, and we had some conversations about building an office building there a few years ago, but we haven't done it yet. But we're not against it. We're open to anything. We just need the right partner, the right people, and as a joke, I always say, I can build you the biggest building in the world. I really can, but we just need the money and the tenants. So that's what it depends on.
Thank you. I think the time's up. So I will thank to Paul Kusmierz and Josef Musil from Master Management Group, and you may get more information at their stand at the exhibition level. So I'm pretty sure if any question was not answered, it will be answered there. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.